The movie Troy begins with an introduction to the city of Troy, where Prince Paris falls in love with the beautiful Queen of Sparta, Helen, and takes her back to Troy with him. This act of kidnapping sparks a war between the Greeks and the Trojans. The scene then shifts to the Greek city of Mycenae, where Achilles, the greatest warrior of Greece, is introduced in a scene where he confronts a giant warrior named Boagrius, who has been terrorizing the Greek cities. Achilles defeats Boagrius in a one-on-one combat, establishing himself as a formidable warrior. King Agamemnon, the leader of the Greeks, recognizes Achilles' prowess and invites him to join his army in the fight against Troy. Achilles accepts the offer, but only on the condition that he fights for his own glory and not for Agamemnon. The Greeks arrive on the beaches of Troy and engage in a fierce battle with the Trojan army. Achilles quickly establishes himself as a formidable opponent, easily defeating many of the Trojan soldiers. He even confronts Hector, who is considered to be the greatest warrior of Troy. The two engage in a brutal fight, but Hector manages to escape. However, a Trojan priestess named Briseis, who has been captured by the Greeks, she becomes Achilles' prize and a source of conflict between him and Agamemnon. Achilles develops a strong bond with Briseis. As Achilles spends more time with Briseis, he begins to question his loyalty to Agamemnon and the Greeks. He starts to see the humanity in the Trojans, and he begins to understand the futility of the war. This puts him at odds with Agamemnon, who sees Achilles' compassion as weakness. As the war wages on, Hector challenges the Greeks to a one-on-one duel to end the conflict. Achilles accepts the challenge, and the two engage in an epic battle. Despite Hector's skill and bravery, Achilles emerges victorious and kills him. This devastates the Trojans, and King Priam mourns the loss of his son. The Greeks continue their siege on Troy, and they devise a plan to infiltrate the city using a giant wooden horse as a Trojan horse. The Trojans, thinking it is a gift, bring the horse inside the city walls. However, it is actually filled with Greek soldiers who emerge and open the gates for the rest of the Greek army. In the ensuing battle, many Trojans are killed, including King Priam, and the city is sacked. Achilles and Briseis attempt to flee Troy together, but Paris seeks revenge for Hector's death and shoots Achilles with an arrow, killing him. The movie ends with a funeral procession for Achilles, during which the Trojans show their respect for the fallen warrior. Overall, Troy is a story of war, honor, and the costs of pursuing glory at all costs. It depicts the tragedy and devastation of conflict, as well as the power of human connection and empathy. The characters are complex and multifaceted, each driven by their own motivations and desires. The movie's themes of love, loyalty, and sacrifice resonate with audiences and make Troy a timeless classic. This storytelling is purely for educational purposes and just for the insights. If you want to watch the complete movie, then please head over to streaming platforms.